Hi, honey bunnies. Thanks for stopping by. Pull up a stump or a toadstool, get comfy, and let's talk about life and the internet. The internet, social media, mainstream media, and press can be amazing places and sources of information, or a traumatizing nightmare. With just a click, we can access a wealth of knowledge. Now, I want you to think about someone in your family who is precious to you, or a close friend you love. Imagine waking up one day, just a normal day, in your humdrum day, you're working, folding laundry, cooking dinner, and you get a phone call or a text. There's something wrong with your person. The next moments are the beginning of your living nightmare. Sleepless nights, your stomach so nauseated you can't eat, breathing feels heavy, and there's a void somewhere around your heart and your chest. Your world has stopped, and your mind and heart are laser focused on your person. We can't find them. We don't know where they are. Imagine you spend hours, days, months worrying about where your loved one is. Are they hurt or worse? You try to force out the worst case scenarios from your thoughts and carry on living. Then you get a call, an email, or a knock on the door that changes your life. Your loved one was found, deceased. Whether the cause was natural, accidental, or something horrific, your life as you know it just ended. Let me tell you about Nikki. In Orange County, Southern California, there's a cute little community called Ladera Ranch. The families living there are on the upper middle class, professional executives, yada yada. Their homes are big, their cars are fancy, and they have an amazing community of neighbors and friends. Activities are available for any interest someone could have. In October 2006, the Catsouras family lived in Ladera Ranch. The dad, Christos, mom, Leslie, and we're going to focus on Christos and Leslie's 18-year-old daughter, Nicole, or as her friends called her, Nikki. Nikki was a fun, popular girl with lots of friends. She recently graduated high school and was looking forward to going to college and starting her adulting life. On Tuesday, October 31st, 2006, Christos and Leslie had to sit down at lunch to talk to Nikki about her concerning behavior. It came to their knowledge that Nikki had been partying and had used cocaine the night before. The talk turned into an argument, and Nikki was essentially grounded. She was told she was forbidden from driving any of the family vehicles. After the argument, Nikki and her parents separated into the house. Christos had to go to work, and Leslie continued on with her day. A short while later, Leslie heard a car in the driveway and looked out the window to see Nikki in her father's Porsche 911 Carrera. Leslie called Christos, who then drove out to find Nikki. After a while, Christos called 911 for assistance. The dispatcher put him on hold for a while to dispatch the units. Christos thought he was kept on hold to give more information for the responding police cars. Then it happened. Christos was told they found his car and his daughter, and it was in a motor vehicle collision. The accident was fatal. Not only fatal, but it was gruesome. The CHP, the California Highway Patrol, did their typical accident investigation, pictures, measurements, interviews, lab analysis, etc. Christos and Leslie were told that Nikki had been driving on the toll road, State Route 241, in Lake Forest, at speeds of approximately 100 miles per hour. Witnesses reported she was recklessly swerving in and out of traffic. Her car had hit another car as she tried to pass it, which caused her to lose control. The Porsche crossed over the grassy median, through the opposite lanes of traffic, and hit an abandoned concrete toll booth near the Alton Parkway interchange. Police, the fire department, and emergency medical service were dispatched to the scene to help Nikki when they arrived, but they knew there was nothing they could do to help save Nikki. Nikki's body was crushed. Police found her partially hanging out of the driver's side window with her hand out the window, still clutching her purse, and most of her skull gone. The accident scene investigators were met with pools of blood containing flesh and bone fragments next to the toll booth. The coroner used Nikki's ID for verification and told her parents they should not come to see her for identification. Let's breathe. Nikki's family held her funeral services. In their vulnerable state, they sought solace and privacy to mourn their loss. They were able to move on with their lives. Wait, no they weren't. The nightmare grew even worse. In the digital age, their pain is not protected by the walls of their home. Tragically, some individuals from the CHP shared photos of Nikki's accident. Shared them with a coworker for whatever reason. This person did not have the right to do that. I know you know where this is going. But let's pause for a moment and reflect. What are the consequences of this reckless dissemination of personal graphic information? The ripple effect of such actions reverberates far beyond the immediate shock. For the families left behind, the pain intensifies exponentially. The public exposure of these sensitive photos opens the door to a horde of vultures descending upon the victims' families with malicious intent. Online trolls and sadistic individuals revel in the opportunity to inflict more pain, taunting and tormenting those already grappling with their loss. The once private agony becomes a spectacle, with cruel commentaries and heartless memes circulating alongside the images, further deepening the trauma endured by the grieving families. Back to Nikki's family. They received emails with the photos of Nikki's death. There was a Nikki Memorial MySpace page that was just to access a link to view the graphic, unredacted photos of Nikki's lifeless body at the crash site. Christos got an email on his business account from someone he thought was an interested buyer, only to see his precious daughter's last gruesome moment. Vicious memes and comments joking about Nikki's tragedy. This is where she was named Porsche Girl. The Catsouras family sued the CHP and the two dispatch supervisors responsible for leaking the photographs. Initially, a judge ruled that it would be appropriate to move forward with the family's legal case against the CHP for leaking the photographs. But then he dismissed the case, stating while it was utterly reprehensible, there was no law that allowed it to be punishable. After an internal investigation, it was determined the department policy had been broken by two dispatch supervisors. One was suspended for 25 days without pay, and the other quit for unstated reasons. The good news is the CHP moved to take action to prevent similar occurrences in the future. CHP issued a formal apology. One statement of why the photos were sent was to warn of the danger of drunk driving. Postmortem lab results showed no alcohol in Nikki's body, though there were trace amounts of cocaine. The CHP sent out cease and desist letters to websites and were able to remove approximately 2,500 postings of the photos, but admitted a complete removal would be impossible. Attorney and blogger Ted Frank wrote that even though the media were sympathetic to the parents' plight, the Streisand effect had resulted in far more dissemination of the gruesome photos. I'll put a link in the description to explain the Streisand effect. The Catsouras family filed an appeal and the CHP settled out of court for $2.37 million in damages. By the way, the photos are still out there. So that brought them closure, right? Am I a duly appointed officer of the morality police? Am I trying to take away the rights of others to do as they see fit? No. My point is that as a responsible human, it's our duty to foster empathy, kindness, and understanding in our communities. We must consider the human stories behind the photos and speculations, remembering that our actions can can have profound consequences on the lives of others. We should protect the dignity and privacy of those affected by tragedy. We need to urge others to think twice before sharing or spreading harmful content. Let's try to create a virtual world where sensitivity and compassion prevail. It's not about the photos or the speculations, but about the humanity. By rejecting the allure of sensationalism and embracing empathy, we can create a safer, more compassionate digital world. Thanks for stopping by to visit Honey Bunnies. Be sure to hit the like, subscribe if you aren't, and feel free to share. Grandma loves you all. Let's all try to human better. Be kind, spread love. I'll see you again soon.